Don't waste your time listening to crappy headphones. You deserve better than what's in the box. With the Clarity HD headphones, listen your way, Bluetooth, analog, or digital. Find yours at PLUGHITZLive.com/monster.
Hello again, this is Alante with PLUGHITZLive.com, a part of the Tech Podcast Network, here with your CES 2017 coverage. I'm here with Raj, and we're at the Intel booth, but we're here to talk about something very specific. They've got some VR tech that is a little different from what we've been seeing on the floor. So, Raj, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Definitely. So, a lot of what you're seeing here today is around VR focus. You know, we're talking about VR, AR, mixed reality, merged reality. You're hearing a lot of these concepts that are going to be coming out, and you're going to hear the people talking about that. When you say technology that's different from anything you've seen, I would venture to think that that's our Project Alloy. Project Alloy is a very cool all-in-one head-mounted display. What's unique about it is the PC is in the display. It's in the headset. Not only that, you've got a set of cameras that essentially can see what's happening in front of you and put that into your scene with you. So you have VR. Then there's sort of this augmented piece where the camera is pulling that information. It could be your hands, could be tools. It's bringing that into it and creating what we call merged reality, right? Because now instead of a mixed where it's somebody's creating the AR and then bringing it in there, it's actually happening in real time. And so it's merging your two worlds together, right? Now imagine if you were in a room and you were trying to navigate your way around the room while wearing the headset.
Yes.
Theme parks, various different things like that. It will help you see where you're going because it's giving you feedback, inserting it into your scenery as it's being picked up by the camera.
Okay, so when you said at the beginning that the PC is inside of the actual visor itself, does that mean it's standalone completely?
It is standalone, yeah. So it's a CPU, the graphics, the memory, battery pack. Very innovative, incredible stuff that we're seeing come out of our camp.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
What kind of specs are we looking at inside of the device itself?
You know, today it's more of a reference platform, but we're talking about like our, you know, it could be i5 over to i7. Those things are going to change per the spec of the customer who's going to create that, right?
So they'll have options.
Lots of options. Memory footprints, the visuals, you know, as far as graphics chips and things like that. Our VR team that's responsible for that HMD is doing, they're doing work tremendously day by day to make that experience amazing. We've come a long way since our Intel Developer Forum back in August, and so we're showcasing a new version of that here, and how exciting that is. But the other thing we're showcasing is how Intel is a part of the creative process. So we have partners like Hype VR, Voke, which is a company that we have acquired. Everybody's producing content that is amazing and immersive, and it's really great to see those on our PCs with an HMD and so forth. So we increase the value and the immersion and the experience because now you've got a lot of horsepower driving it. And VR is everywhere. You can experience VR through many mediums, many different devices, all very exciting, all incredible stuff. What we love is being able to go the next distance, right? The leaps and bounds where you can go create really intense content where you almost suspend disbelief and you feel like you're there, right? So one of the things we did was we worked with certain partners like the Smithsonian American Art Museum, and we went in and did some really cool VR, capture and experiences, photogrammetry, LiDAR scanning. These are all things that once you put it all together and you drive it with, compute power, what comes out on the end is something that's really exciting and spectacular. The Smithsonian American Art Museum was a great partner to go do this proof of concept.
Yes.
And so we're happy to show it here, and it's really cool to experience museum in a new way, right?
Sure.
and just being there when you're really not there, kind of thing, is really cool.
It's beautiful. I mean, the environments are absolutely incredible. I mean, we can see people demonstrating it here, and how interactive they get with the environment. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, one thing I do want to ask you is Alloy. How did you guys? What inspired the name Alloy for this project?
Oh my gosh, I'd have to point you over to guys like Achin and Josh Walden and those guys. I think what it is because Alloy is really about merging things together. So that would be the basis of it seems like a natural fit. When you're merging these technologies together to give you something so tensile and strong and, all kind of very malleable brought together, yeah, it makes sense to call it Alloy, right? I don't know that that's exactly how it came up with that, but as somebody who's working in this space, I would think that makes the most sense given what you can do with it, right? So.
It makes sense to me.
Okay,
so.
good. Yeah.
So the last question is to kind of close this out. When can we expect this device to hit the market? And what's the damage? How much are we looking at?
There's no real price point set yet. I think once we get to a position where the technology has met all the needs, then we can figure out how that's gonna be worked out. We're not gonna bring it to you directly, obviously. We're gonna have our partners go off and build it and then bring it to the consumer. So, we could be seeing things as early as 2018. We don't know for sure, but obviously we made, like I said earlier, we've made tremendous leaps and bounds on the product. The team in NTG that's working on it has made leaps and bounds to get it to where it is today, and it's incredible, right? It's just really spectacular.
From what I can see so far, it's absolutely beautiful, and I can only imagine how much it's going to evolve when it does release.
Oh, and then having that 6 degrees of freedom, being able to move around your space, it's really exciting stuff, man. I mean, I have a lot of kids, and they're just going nuts over VR, and then the big kid in me is going nuts over VR. But there's also implications in the commercial side and enterprise side where we're going to work on healthcare, automotive, education, retail. I mean, it's insane the levels of areas and places that we can go and help and make it exciting and have VR be more consumable in every aspect, right? So
it sounds good to me, man.
All right, man.
Thank you very much for your time.
So much. I
this was a
appreciate
great interview. And for more CES 2017 coverage, please tune in to PLUGHITZlive.com, and we will catch you later.